Welcome back, everybody. Map number 2 of this best of 3 in the lower bracket of the RGN European Pro Series. Again, we got Space Soldiers versus Numbers and Elite, or Numbers, the X-Property lineup here. They did pick up victory in the first map. So now we're on to Space Soldiers map choice, which, again, is Dust 2. They're starting on the T side, and how are they going to go about things is my question. They're going to go with armor across 4 of their players, 2 flashes, and a smoke on only. And on the CT side, not a single kit to be had. Armor on everyone, and already Poff. 2 big frags early on, but I did see Space Soldiers taking down Schneider and Twist, so it is going to be a 3-on-3 as mid control and tunnels control still to the T side.
Yeah, I just now got it. Numbers tried to put a vice on mid early, coming from Catwalk mid as well as trying to push lower. Space Soldiers had traded 2 for 2, so not bad for them. Now really spread out as the numbers. We see 2 players towards A, only 1 in B. Zendy wasn't ready for the Space Soldiers to come out, and he can't finish off. Despy can't hit the head, and now Space Soldiers with an advantage. Poff as well as Devilwalk. Devilwalk coming from the tunnels and coming from main entrance. Through the double doors is Poff here, waiting for his teammate wisely, letting Devilwalk take the first move. Oh, never mind, just decides to go in, and Space Soldiers take the pistol round. Great for them. And Numbers there, they went with a gamble on their CT side, but I think you kind of have to a lot of the times on Dust 2. It's really difficult to hold on pistol round.
Yeah, Poff opening things up with his 2 frags, but that was the extent of their success there for the Numbers side. Space Soldiers, again, being down a map, they're going to feel good grabbing pistol round on their map choice, and now they're going to put a scout onto only, and actually 2 AKs make it onto the field as well, but we can see that the CT side, they are not opting to spend anything, really. We got Poff with a 5-7. Ooh, speak his name. He is going to be sent to the grave. That's Zantares and E1 to find frags as they take into the B bomb site. Only Schneider and Twist left up. Schneider playing a nice tricky angle here. Headshot spot from the CT spawn, and he is able to drop E1, so economic damage done. Not too bad at all. And Twist coming in from tunnels. Going to try and punish only here as he's aggressively pushed up with a scout, but on second thought drops into lower, and I don't really know where Schneider's going right now. He is looping all the way around to top mid as his teammate goes down, and I guess he's just trying to find another headshot angle to hold.
He's just getting some exercise. This little casual jog through the beautiful scenery of Dust 2. I can't even call the scenery beautiful anymore. I've seen this map I don't know how many times. I might even go as far as say as like 10,000. I have no idea at this point. But Space Soldiers up 2-0 on their map choice. And surviving with only losing 1 player, I do believe. And not a lot of economical damage done. And Numbers not going for a force buy either of these rounds. So instead of going for a force, they just 5-7 up, get a few nades here and there, but not going to affect their gun round, and giving themselves 2 minorly better chances. And now trades there for Numbers, not too bad for them at long as Space Soldiers tried to come out, but everybody from Space Soldiers heading towards B now.
All right, we've been informed our CS died for our producer there, so we're going to radio broadcast for a moment, as it does look like Space Soldiers able to control the B bomb site, and they get the smoke down. 3-on-3 as they're getting the bomb set on the Numbers end. They've got 2 players coming through CT spawn, 1 in upper dark. They're just going to play their time here, as they do have 2 AKs in their hands, and not really looking to give those up for free. So, again, just playing some passive angles, not going for a retake at all, really. Just, again, waiting for the T's to come on out. Despy now comes out of the double doors, and actually all 3 of the exiting Space Soldiers going towards CT spawn. Poff playing in close angle here towards mid double doors, but doesn't look like he is interested in peeking out. So it will be another Space Soldiers round, but good stuff for the CT side in that they're able to grab 2 of these AKs and bring them into the next round.
Yeah, it's quite surprising that Numbers wouldn't go for that in that situation, given that they had 2 AKs, but they're looking ahead. They want to get their economy booming as much as possible, and yeah, barely able to get out of buy even with a few of their guys. So good on them, surviving with those weapons. You saw Poff handed over to Zendy. An opening pick by Only, hangs onto the scout right through the doors. That is an amazing shot by Only. Really difficult to line those up, especially in a moving target, a jumping moving target. And Schneider was unable to trade with him. Now 2 ops on the field for numbers, and advantage to Space Soldiers with that opening pick here. That cannot be understated how good of a pick that was.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And with the scout to boot, very nice play. And, ooh, on Catwalk, Twist, able to leg E1. Does take down Zantares as they are attempting to chase, but now going to even things back up 4-on-4. And with E1 down to 10 hit points, things looking not so bad here for the CT side. Grouping up in mid is the Space Soldiers, and they're going to smoke mid to B and then enter into lower tunnels. And we can see that the bomb is down on the T side of upper tunnels, so with 50 seconds left, they're going to collect this. Now the question is, do they commit to the B bomb site? And if they do so, they've found a magical timing where there is not a single player inside of the bomb site.
I was just about to highlight how numbers, that Zendi heard that smoke and then didn't move at all. And then numbers started heading back towards B. Hold that thought, though, as Schneider going in with the AWP 2 frags from the window. Nobody was in the bomb site besides him, so Space Soldiers could have found that timing you were mentioning. Instead, numbers going to take their first round here unless some craziness happens out of E1 with little HP. Oh, man, that's 2 already. Could be a 1-on-4 here. Trying to get the bomb down, allowed by numbers. Interesting. Trying to guarantee the round instead of stopping the plant. I guess it has merit to both decisions, but taking the first round is numbers. And I had to highlight from Zendi there, he heard the mid to B smoke, and then he didn't hear anybody jump on to Catwalk at all. That should, in theory, indicate to numbers that Space Soldiers is heading up lower B towards B and just throwing a bit of that mid fake so that numbers will draw one of their B players over there, which happened. But he came back in time, Schneider with the AWP, and just cleaned up the rest of the players in the site.
Yeah, if Schneider doesn't get those 2 entries back into that B-bomb site, much different round there, but he hit some very nice shots as they were just entering in and stuff the play. Now Space Soldiers will be able to buy up in this round, but the same luxury will not to be had if they drop it. And Tars moving up aggressively into lower dark, and that smoke allowed Twist to peek out into lower without any real threat from top mid, and finds the frag, falls back nicely, and they try to hunt him down as well. Zendi there to support, and this is working out really nice here for numbers. Once they've got rifles on the field, it looks like they're playing off each other really, really well, and in a round where they don't give up the opening frag to a mid pick, things looking great for them.
Yeah, poor Tugux. It's the most frustrating trap to be caught in, because you want to avenge your teammate so badly that you put yourself in a vulnerable position, and then the opponent's teammate comes in, and then you're just mad. So 2-on-4 here for Space Soldiers, disadvantage, and they have Despy moving up the catwalk. If he can get this kill onto Schneider, who whiffs the op shot, Despy thinking about moving up here. Ooh, good pre-fire by Despy. And now if only could win his 1 versus 1, and he does, suddenly Space Soldiers is in business.
Yeah, this is looking very interesting as Devilwalk going to try and take down Despy as he is peeking into CT spawn. Nice pop flash there will fully white screen Devilwalk, but he's going to make his way up towards the bomb site. Interesting smoke as only is now allowed to sit inside of it. That being said, he is completely blinded as Devilwalk taken up from A ramp, and now only left in a 1-on-2. He finds one, tries to flick back around for the other, but it's not going to be so. Twist comes up with the 3K in the round, and that is going to be numbers moving up to their second. And like I had stated, it's not going to be good for the economy of Space Soldiers, as Eco will be the name of the strategy coming into this one. Actually, they've got 4K. Now, they've got to be ecoing. If they force buy here, it would be only to keep the pressure on. And we can see the money is a little low on the CT side, but I don't know if it's enough to warrant actually buying out completely. They at least get that scout on only, but that's maybe not a bad decision after he was hitting that shot onto Devilwalk, and boom, Devilwalk clotheslined again as he tries to make it across. He's not going to be happy about that.
That's so frustrating. And Zantares making his way in, blasts his Okay. All right, now Twist finishes off Zantares, and that is a hilarious team kill. Twist looking to finish off the round with a big little 3K. And Schneider, big little 3K. What am I talking about, Chad?
I'm not.
I got confused by Zantares there. He kept shooting after he killed the guy. He was so ready to get that fight that he blasted his teammate after he finished off the opponent.
Like racing to get it. And yeah, he just let out a couple too many bullets there. A little true trigger happy, but only, man, he can continue to hit shots like that across the mid double doors. It's interesting that where are they putting Despy here? So he's actually picking mid. I almost want them to just toss it to only let him pick mid, then give it back to Despy. That man, if you can do that with a scout, that is super impressive. Especially 2 rounds where it is pretty darn critical, but Zantares coming up with 2 big frags in this round. Zendi and Twist get dropped, so 1 op down on Catwalk, and now they are going to try and take in... Where are they going? They're going to have mid control. 2 Gux takes down Devilwalk as he tries to get aggressive into upper dark, and Schneider, he's going to move up into that same position, so decides to hold this angle, and he's trying to get aggressive to try and even things back up a little bit, but gets caught out and not able to find the frag. He loses his teammate after Poff finds 1. Zantares with the triple here, and now it's only Schneider, and in all reality, he should just try and save this weapon.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be allowed by the Space Soldiers. I guess they don't have the money to go on the hunt themselves. And for numbers that round, Zantares had a beautiful start, taking out 2 of their members, and then they tried to answer back with some tunnels aggression. Oftentimes when you go down a player on the CT side, you'll try to recover by going for some sort of aggression. However, Space Soldiers was ready for it. And what's so fascinating about those picks by only is, sure, everybody will land them once in a while. But to do it 2 times in a row, that's where it's so impressive for me. It's just beautiful stuff with the scout. And yeah, perhaps should have given him Despy's op, but the way Space Soldier, I'm sure they have their default worked out where Despy always has the op in those situations. Zantares finishes off Snyder, not allowing the op to make it into the next round. And that really hurts Numbers' chances to make something crazy happen on their eco.
Certainly has big 4K there. Zantares coming up big. Again, one of the players that we love to highlight here on the Space Soldiers, and he's kind of a wild card that if you're not prepared for him as a player, you might be in for a bit of a surprise. But that being said, Numbers now on eco. They are going to stack the A bomb site as well, not necessarily the bomb site, but at least the A side of the map, as they put 2 players out long. It's going to be Poff and Zendi, as well as the other 3. Actually, they're going to have Schneider there as well, as Twist and Devilwalk play up near the A platform. So lots of crossfires here, but as you could probably tell, it requires the T's to walk into their traps that they've set. So whether or not Space Soldiers is going to do so, that is the question. Can they read the situation, the economic spot for the CTs, know that they're on save, and then again poke and prod enough that they figure out where, again, this trap has been laid, as they will poke and prod here. E1 takes down Twist on a ramp. So one of the players dealt with, but this is actually going to cue them to continue a little bit further. And they don't check towards Goose. Devilwalk might be able to get 1, but they do exactly that. And now only leaves these 3 players out long, and I don't know if they're going to get much action. Actually, coming from the site, it's going to be E1 and Zantares just stampeding down long A as the bomb making it onto platform.
And you saw how non-committal Schneider is trying to get real tricky, playing some hide-and-go-seek. Long time away from that. But Space Soldiers really non-committal with... They only sent 2 players up Catwalk to clear the entire site. And with the Swedish side smoking off mid and then stacking A, it's hard as the T-side team to get the knowledge that the CTs aren't in B or mid without potentially walking into a trap. And that's why we saw Space Soldiers take it so patiently, only sending 2 players up Catwalk the entire time, and the rest of their players just waiting for the information to come through.
Yeah, cool stuff as Despy once again picking mid, and he's got E1 posted up in top mid. The rest of the T's working inside of the tunnels. Schneider actually very close to the doors. A nice pop flash there, timed perfectly, is going to allow Zantares to peek out and take down Schneider. So early advantage as they smoke into CT spawn, and we can see Twist. He's going to pop a flash through the smoke. Finds out that there's no one currently residing in mid, though, and he's going to rotate back. So 2 on each bomb site here for the CT side. It's kind of what you're forced to play after losing a man. Yeah, you could still play in middle, but one bomb site going to be a bit weak. So instead, they put Twist and Poff up on Catwalk together, and the other 2 CTs working in B together.
So a little tendered up here is the numbers side. I'm going to go ahead and stack the Catwalk as well as the B bomb site. And I'm looking at this timing here. If they get a good flank on to Nevermind, as Despy Finishes off Twist. Now Pop drops into the CT spawn. Gets one. If he could get the second one, might be all right here for numbers. Pop even stays alive. Now second part of the scratch from Space Soldiers trying to move their way into B. But Devilwalk's hanging on. Zendy and Devilwalk combined to finish off the round. Numbers with a beautiful recovery at 5-3 or 5-4. And their Catwalk player goes down, so making it a 5-3. Pop stays alive, and then I don't think Space Soldiers expected both of those remaining CTs to be at A, or at B, excuse me.
Yeah, Poff, big play there as they kind of peek them one by one as they take out mid. Zantares being the first of the bunch, and
of course,
yeah, he was going for it, but wasn't able to secure the frag. And then his teammate peeked as well, and yeah, Poff with those 2 frags brought things back for the numbers side. And now the T side, their economy has been brought down pretty much to nothing here. So buying up in this round, they will not have the ability to do so if they drop this. How do they play? Zantares once again posted up at mid with 2 Gugs, playing at Xbox, and Devilwalk is going to peek out. He spots a player, but doesn't like what he sees, as he does not want to re-peek that exact location. And the spot he's playing is, honestly, it's very tempting to get peeky, but there's actually about 3 layers of angles that he has to look at just by shoulder peeking here. He could be lower, actually peeking at the door, or they could have their head right at Xbox, or they could actually be up on Catwalk. So there's no real perfect angle to pre-fire and pre-aim when you're peeking, and that's why you can see Devilwalk just kind of knife out, shoulder peeking, trying to figure out where the location and gather some info for his team, but only can open up on Poff out long, and this should cue a bit of a split A play.
And that looks to be what's happening here. Schneider, last guy inside of the A site, tries to take the fight from Carr. Oh, he controls the spray so nicely, but Zantares does as well. And on to Devilwalk and Schneider. Now Twist just going to save it with the AWP here. I don't know. I guess taking a look at their economy, they want to have a chance for the next round, but maybe it's just how aggressive I am. But I would have liked to see Twist go for this here. 50 HP, wouldn't have had time to prevent Space Soldiers from setting up. Definitely the more cautious and, in all likelihood, wiser approach, but the more boring one.
Yeah, he doesn't have armor either. Not that it really comes into play as much with that AWP, but still, it just means that he would die even quicker. So he decides to save it, and that means that they will have the ability to put that op wherever they would like. And you can see the main reason why they decided to save it. Yeah, it would have been nice for them to win their round, but you can see they are very broke on the CT side. So the fact that they have an op to kind of work with, and with some capable players to use it on their end, we'll see how they decide to play it as. Again, do you post it up in a position that it's not really recyclable to try and get an aggressive pick in, or do you play an angle where everybody can have their turn with it, as Twist going to try one of the angles where it is recyclable? So Zendy picks it up after Despy finds the frag, but they find out very quickly here that it's going to be a quick B play. Zantares just splatters the brains of Zendy as he tries to use that AWP up in the window. And Schneider going to have the only frag. And I say that as he's taking down only, but it was actually the only frag.
And check out the adjustment by Space Soldiers, because they know it was going to be an eco round coming out of numbers. Last time it was an eco round for numbers. They took it super carefully, very spread out, and then just slowly took up Catwalk with 2 of their players. Since they knew that op was in play, they went for a B rush, because what are those players at mid going to do? They're going to either go for the mid pick, on the CT side that is, and then try to recycle that op. So in theory, you're only looking at 1 player at B early on. So I love the adjustment from Space Soldiers there on the anti-eco round for them. Now on to another gun round. Really struggling to muster up a buy here is the numbers side. Now only players at long for numbers, and now trying to peek up from the CT spawn. They're trying to make this really hectic for Space Soldiers, giving them a whole lot of targets. Now settling at a 2-on-2, and both of the CTs are in CT spawn. Not the ideal spot to rotate from.
This nade, we'll see how much it does from Devilwalk, as it does not really hit its mark. If they were planting for long, it would have been fantastic, but it is a safe plant here as 2 Gugs. He is way out in the open at the moment. He's going to drop a smoke, which should protect him a little bit longer here, but they're just going to bully their way through it. Only here finds himself at a 1-on-1 Zendy to try and clutch, but only comes up with 2 big frags, 1-on-2 for him. securing Space Soldiers' 8th round on their T side.
Yeah, proving how formidable their T side is. There's the Space Soldiers here. But numbers, even though they're down 8-4 here, you know, they win pistol round, maybe another round this half. Suddenly they're right back into it. And Space Soldiers again. T side looking real strong. Now numbers stacking over towards long again. They had some good trades here before earlier in the map, but this time Space Soldiers not being as aggressive about things and less of a target for numbers to go for. And E1 gets both the kills at long. Now trying to come up the catwalk everywhere. Space Soldiers is ready. And only 2 members up here for the numbers side. And on the gun rounds, just entry frags for Space Soldiers, and numbers can't seem to stop them. The flash works really good. We see Zantares, he'll either come out dry and headshot you, or a pop flash will come in for his teammates and then he'll do the same. But I think Space Soldiers on this map is going to have a stronger T side than their CT side will be.
Yeah, we'll find out as we're approaching the end of the first half here, round 14 about to go live, and we've got that double dragon look once again on the numbers end. Twist and Devilwalk both going for AWPs, and it's going to be Twist to hop across after Schneider actually drops a smoke. Twist onto Despy. Big frag early. Is Schneider going to follow it up with some more aggression? Tries to find some players top mid. But I like that he only spends a short amount of time there. As much as it is some crazy aggression to push up top mid like that, he doesn't overstay his welcome. He sees if he can find anything, but when he doesn't, he realizes that if someone comes around the corner on him, he's probably going to have a bad time. So instead of trying to find an angle to hold, he will retreat, and they keep their advantage here at a 4-on-5.
And that's the big highlight of it for me. And once they have the advantage, then just fall off, because you're already, in theory, should win the round based upon trades and such. Doesn't happen as often as it should in Counter-Strike. But Space Soldiers here, 1-4 in A split, 2 on Cat, 2 waiting to come out long, but numbers long setup looks pretty sound. We have Schneider at the blue box, his teammate inside a pit. The moment Schneider shoots, or either one of them can peek first, and it would be good for them to trade off of. So Pop jumping up from the pit. Schneider takes the peek. That's 2 for him. Pop goes down. Schneider, can he get the third? He does. Only 1 player up. That's going to be Zantares. And if numbers can end this half at 6-9 instead of 11-4, that's way better for him.
Oh, yeah. It's Schneider now picking up that AWP, looking for his 4K here. Can he grab it? Zantares peeking him from a platform. He's going to jump on down. Takes down Devilwalk. Nice frag there as he does take away one more weapon from that CT side, but it is going to be a numbers round, as like you were saying, if they can bring it up to 9-6, definitely would feel a lot better moving to the next half than a 10-5 scoreline. So in this last round, we're actually seeing a triple op look here from the T side, and I'm wondering if this is simply just to pick mid. There's some AK, yeah, there is some AKs down inside a T spawn. So how long do they utilize these? It actually looks like they're just going to keep them. Okay, one of them will drop it. So they keep 2, E1 having an opening pick, but quickly things stolen back in the other direction. E1 and 2gux goes down. We got a 4-on-3 here.
And now Space Soldiers left to recover. They're trying to take out long quickly. Zantares might be the man to do it. He can apply a lot of pressure at long. Perhaps it'll make Only's position here at lower B stronger. So Only's going to be posted up here and waiting for the rest of his teammates to make a move. Zantares finishes off Twist. Schneider from the catwalk first to engage for the numbers here. As Zendi drops Zantares on the cross. Able to make it to the site here. And now this is where Only's position becomes very pivotal. Finishes off Zendi. Now dealing with Schneider on the catwalk. Schneider doesn't care. Peeks up over the top and finishes off Only. And now Despy 1-on-2.
And he's going to jump right down into the smoke. Devilwalk just... close positioning there. Just going to take him down right to the back of the head. Schneider, the way he took into lower dark, just so much confidence, just sprints to find him in lower dark, realizing that he really wanted that frag. So good stuff there for numbers as they bring it back again, 9-6. They're going to be happy with that, as it could have been a lot worse for them on their CT side. But I do want to let you guys know that if you would have bet using eBettle on this specific match, the odds were 1.16 for numbers and 3.65 for Space Soldiers. So if Space Soldiers ends up bringing this out, that's pretty good odds for them. As, again, that would be $1 you would bet, and 3.65 would be the result if Space Soldiers indeed win. So again, some real money betting. If you guys are interested, definitely check out eBettle. But we are going to go live here into our second half and taking a look at the setup. It's going to be Devil Walk with the bomb, smoke, 2 flashes, the rest of the team going with armor across the board. And on the CT side, they've got 2 kits, one on E1, one on Despy, only with an incendiary. And he's posted up in the BU bomb site, so see if that comes into play. But early on here, a little bit of damage traded off Zendi and Zantares, but mid control for the T's. Where do they follow up from?
Oh, Zantares getting goosed very low. Now Space Soldiers getting overran on the catwalk. E1 goes down. Zantares is going to be the first to rotate, but he's already tenderized. And 2 ducks from the side here. A lot of work. He's got a delay for his teammates. Zantares doesn't care how low he is. Gets a frag anyways. And now spread out is numbers. Gonna go and try to rotate back towards B while they still have a player inside pit. Schneider's got to do something from the pit here.
Yeah, certainly does, as he's currently anchored there, but to maybe make some noise or find a frag, that'd be fantastic. But Tugak's not giving him a heck of a lot to work with as he's just deking and dodging on that A platform. He's got Zantares moving up to CT ramp and actually Despy and CT spawn, but the bomb's still in mid, as they've got all 3 of their players now grouping up there, and they've left the long location and taking towards middle. Here's Zantares on 13 hit points, needs to be very careful, but standing very aggressively out in the open. They actually switch it back up towards catwalk. Devil Walk gets dropped as he peeks with the bomb by himself. Not a lot of trade potential there, but they do take down the lit Zantares. Despy clothesline Zendi, as well as Schneider to end the round. Space Soldiers come up with a big pistol round as they've actually secured both for themselves now.
That makes the comeback really difficult for the numbers here. Are they going to force buy? We don't see them do it as often as other teams do, but now realizing what's at stake, I'm going to go for it. Tech 9 armor across the board for them. Where do they want to go with it? Looks like heading towards A side. Bit of a split, however, for the setup from the Space Soldiers. 3-2. Everybody utilizing the distance at long with these rifles. Only Despy with the MP9. Numbers grouped up at middle here. And I like how Space Soldiers is playing this. They know it's likely that Numbers is going to force buy, so play distance as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely a great decision by them. And we see a mid to be fake here from the T side as Zendi's going to peek out, provide some audible feedback that it could be the case, but the rest of the players moving up catwalk. It's E1 though from A ramp, takes down 3. Getting find more. It's Zantares that chimes in, and Despy to find the last frag on the round. So I like the idea. Again, a pretty classic fake where one player takes out mid to B with the smoke and they go cat instead, but E1 on point to deal with that from A ramp.
Yeah, utilizing the distance of that FAMAS. The second he peaked on his terms, and everybody was there lined up from the numbers side. So now after that force buy, not going to get much out of this round. They are still having one player go into B despite that, just trying to get some control of lower. Despy posted up here. That's a free frag if I've ever saw one. Despy looking for more, just stacking his pocket. So much money for him here. Now Zantares says enough. I want my stats. Finishes off the round. 12-6 for the Space Soldiers.
Yeah, they're taking a bit of a lead here as the Space Soldiers double the scoreline of their opponents on their map choice, and looking like we might be seeing some cobblestone here as our map number 3. If Space
Mirage,
Soldiers
sadly. I wish
Oh,
it
sorry,
was Cobble.
Mirage. I don't know why. Yeah, you're on point
Get me
there. I
all
don't know why I
hot
thought it was
bob,
Cobble,
Chad.
right? Getting us all excited. No, it is going to be Mirage. I still am uncertain as to why I had that in my head. But yeah, Mirage is our third and final map if it is required. So we might have that in the schedule if Space Soldiers can have their way. But with AKs on the field here, a little bit out-rifled, out-equipped is the CT side. They do have Despy with his AWP. He's actually playing from the back of the B bomb site. So interesting angle as he does have only playing at the double doors at B. Zantares going to have to come up big at mid, but it's Devil Walk to take him down. Only getting dropped to 40 hit points as well. Some early mid-aggression working out great here for the T-side numbers.
Yeah, this is a big round for them if they want to have a chance this match. And already off to a good start. Zantares playing that middle with the FAMAS. So much confidence from this guy to play middle with the rifle the way he does, constantly peeking. This time pays for it. Now where do the numbers want to press their advantage? Yeah, look like eventually going to go for a split onto A, perhaps. They have rotated one of the CTs out of position. That's E1. Takes the fight with Zendy. Same position as Zantares going down. Quick adjustment from numbers, though. Going to go right back to the catwalk into the arms of Tugux. Tugux goes down. Now numbers. Doing a nice little pick and roll style strategy there.
And it works out great for them as they move into the A bomb site, get the bomb set. And Only and Despy, they are going to be saving in this round. Schneider looking to hunt, though, as he's already moved outside a long A. I don't think he realizes that Despy's posted up here. Despy, though, not really holding the angle that he was going to approach upon, and that's going to be Despy losing his AWP, so not so fun there. Schneider's going to pick it up, take it for a test drive, as, again, Only now the only player left on the map. Just hanging out with his FAMAS and T-spawn, and it is going to be the 7th round for numbers. And if we take a look at the Space Soldier, Only's going to get dropped as well right after the bomb explodes. So not a single weapon to be saved. They are going to be able to buy up in this round, but it utilizes the entirety of their savings on the Space Soldier's end. So numbers can break the economy here and now. They definitely could make this comeback happen, as it would be 8-12. They've got him on eco. Should be 9-12, and all of a sudden we've got a pretty close scoreline there.
Yeah, couple of ifs for the numbers, and we might see this comeback. Now a little change of pace, dedicating towards long early. They've been going with a pick and roll style this whole time now, actually committing a little bit here. And they do trade 1-for-1 onto Tugux. Here comes the man, Zantares, to peek out from the CT. Sees a bit of a hole in the smoke. And the Space Soldiers have been, rotated out of position by numbers, but numbers not in position to take advantage of that just yet, as they're rotating the bomb and one more back towards middle. So now Space Soldiers, the A bomb site looks a little suspect because Zantares is kind of stuck in the CT spawn. But with Zantares' position here, he's going to be the man tested once numbers goes for their mid to B.
Certainly has. He is, like you stated, just lurking inside a CT spawn, and we do see some smokes actually making it out on the B side of things. That's a bit of a fake where, interesting, so they fake into B, decide to go back mid to B. Paul finds a frag there, but it is going to be Space Soldiers able to defend quite well, as now advantage of them. Only Schneider left as E1 pushes through that CT smoke and will be able to take down Pop. So Twist in this situation, I imagine he's probably just going to save this AWP, as with 20 seconds remaining, it's not looking likely for him to clutch the round, and that's going to mean Space Soldiers moves up to 13, and again, very close to closing out map number 2 and bringing it to Mirage, as, in numbers, their economy is going to be a little bit busted up.
Yeah, they are going to get a force out of it. However, maybe even Twist will drop Zendy if he's feeling a little generous. Alright, never mind. Of course, he's not going to get any money. I'm a big noob. And Space Soldiers, with 3 players alive, they could drop the remaining 2. So their economy will be looking alright. Make or break time for the numbers here. Either they win this round, and they could put Space Soldiers on the save, or Space Soldiers take it. It's going to be 14-7. Numbers with not a lot to work with after that, economically wise, or economically speaking. Wow, what a start by Schneider. He did this before in the bedroom on Inferno. Just starts the round off with 2 frags, and now Space Soldiers in the 3-on-5 situation. A hard thing to recover from. Despy finished off, as well as Tugux. I'm noticing a trend here from the numbers as well. When they're going, it's not happening this round, but when they're going for their pick and roll style strategy, when they're spread out like that, they're really abusing Zantares in the way he likes to peek mid. We saw 2 times now that numbers have just posted up at mid and waited for him to peek, and eventually he had it. And the last time they did it, they had a firing squad ready for him. So if numbers can keep exploiting that, then Zantares is going to have to switch it up. But is he going to? Because he is so confident of a player.
Oh yeah, that's the question. Will he change it up? And Schneider actually getting an ace in that last round. All 5 of the frags going his way, and he can continue that. Oof. Numbers. They could definitely bring this back, but they don't have a ton of chances. They do have Space Soldiers on eco. Might be able to bring in their 9th round here, unless any shenanigans come in, and Tuguk's looking to provide said shenanigans as he's lurking in behind already on the flank here, and he is going to be able to take down the Opper, but traded off immediately after. Nice reactions from the numbers. Zen and Despy, though, shows up, and once again they're flanked, but Zendi takes him down thereafter. So 9th round comes in for numbers. They do lose 2 players, but not a huge deal. Space Soldiers are going to be able to buy up once again here. So if we see another round for numbers, would be 10. And then, again, being that they've depleted their economy once again in the CT side, might be able to move up to 11 if they secure this round again, just due to the economics of things. And it looks like they're going to go for long to start things off here for numbers.
Space Soldiers do have the numbers here to deal with numbers, but it's not working out thus far. Zantares peeking around the smoke, taken out by Devilwalk. This is looking phenomenal for numbers here. Only one guy to beat left here. That's E1. Gets one. Traded by Schneider. Numbers is so good at trading. Doesn't matter the map. Wherever they are, they're going to be trading. And now numbers taking up this long area. Only last guy remaining. And yeah, he's probably not going to go for this here. And numbers at this point can't afford to lose a round. And now that they're going to win this one, moving up to 10. And if they lose it around, you know, the 11, when they reach 11, 12, maybe even 13, and then the Space Soldiers, if they lose the round thereafter and put on the save, you know, numbers is not far from tying this up. Space Soldiers is going to have, you know, three or four more gun rounds, depending on how the economy works and how numbers, if they do win these upcoming rounds. Of course, Space Soldiers at any point could get down here. Oh my god, only taking his sweet old time killing Schneider, but with that time it has even Zendi position on him and can't save that weapon. Space Soldiers' economy has been destroyed. And now the round after this, they're going to have 4 rounds of loss bonus, so going to get a full buy out of this. But again, numbers is only a couple rounds away from tying this up, and the ability to lose a round still and then put Space Soldiers on the save once more, this could get really close.
Oh yeah, definitely, as we're in deep water.